So it has been, so it must be with this generation of Americans. Again, two short declarative sentences beginning with so. So standing for, second sentence. So refers to America has carried on not simply because of the skill or vision of those in high office, so on and so forth. He is saying, we have been a great nation because we, all of us, whether the high or the low, we have always stood together, as a nation. So it has been. It has always been like this. We are a united nation. This is the theme of Abraham Lincoln, a house divided. Abraham Lincoln spoke against a house divided in his famous Gettysburg speech. And one of President Obama's campaign mottos is, there is no red America or blue America. We are the United States of America, the theme of unity, bringing together the high and the low, So he's saying this unity, this commitment to the core values of our founding father is what has made America strong over the past 2-3 centuries. So it has been. It's always been that way. So it must be with this generation of Americans. So he's telling his countrymen, if we want to overcome our crises, so it must be this generation of Americans. I know how much you are suffering, he's saying. I know you may be about to be turned out of your home. You have mortgage problems, you have job problems, you have credit card problems. But this generation of Americans must look back to the achievement of the founding fathers and overcome our crises. So in a way, in these two paragraphs, what is he appealing to? What is he invoking? What is he invoking as the strength of America? Would anyone like to have a shot? He's not invoking the technological or military prowess of the United States, not invoking the impeccable, the invincible, or whatever. The soft power, he's invoking the soft power of America, the core values, enshrined in the founding documents, and the success of the Americans. He's reminding his countrymen what a long way we have come, how many crises we've overcome. We were, really people who sailed a long way from England to New England, founded the 13 colonies, fought the British, fought the French, fought the Mexicans to establish our country. We have, he is trying to invoke the resilience of the people. Because of the background to his speech, he was taking office in very difficult times. So that's why he went on to say that we are in the midst of crisis is now well understood. Our nation is at war against a far-reaching network of violence and hatred. Our economy is badly weakened, a consequence of greed and irresponsibility on the part of some, but also our collective failure to make hard choices and prepare the nation for a new age. That's why. That's why he's spelling out why he referred from the outset to gathering clouds and raging storms. Painting a picture of the difficult times. In the next few paragraphs, which I will not read out, Obama went on to describe in detail the difficulties his countrymen were facing. But then, as a politician, he must pause on a note of hope. That's why he said at the bottom of the page, today I say to you that the challenges we face are real, they are serious, and they are many. They will not be met easily or in a short span of time. But know this, America, they will be met. And applause. Of course, a politician has to be a good actor. If you have seen President Obama's latest TV appearance, he sort of choked with anger at the idea of AIG officials still getting millions, hundreds of millions of bonus payment. That was carefully stage managed he started by choking, and then he said that I'm so angry that I choked on with anger. And the Chinese press would describe it as 嬲到咳. All this is stage managed. Politicians are also actors and actresses. And then he went on to say, on this day, we gather because we have chosen hope over fear, unity of purpose over conflict and discord. And you can see against he deliberately set up the contrast, point, counterpoint. He brings a message of hope. We all know that change, and he's saying our hope must prevail over fear and conflict and discord. And then if I could skip to the next longer paragraph, we remain a young nation, but in the words of Scripture, the time has come to set aside childish things. The time has come to reaffirm our enduring spirit, to choose our better history, to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea, pass on from generation to generation, the God-given promise that all are equal, all are free, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness. This is really a rephrasing, reiteration of the Declaration of Independence and all the core values, in the constitutional documents, including the Declaration of Independence. By the way, any Americans in this forum, are you Americans, sir?
I'm English.
You are English? So we can laugh a bit at Americans, It shouldn't be all praises and eulogy, After all, what they have, they learn from you, So notice the way he invoked the Scripture. A lot of American presidents have done things in the name of God. George W. Bush is very good at doing that. He was more or less saying he went into the Iraqi war because God has spoken to him. They all like to invoke the Bible. Why? Again, to add to their moral authority. Add to the loftiness of the message. And this is very important vis-a-vis the rest of the world. Because if you have any knowledge of the Islamic world, for example, the Muslims, the Islamic world, they call themselves people of the book, the Quran, and they look down on people who do not have a book. Bible is a book. That's why the Muslim and the Christians, now Palestinians and the Jews in Israel, they are all competing for the same holy land, the same holy site, Jerusalem. These are rival creeds, rival civilizations. So it's very interesting. The American president, he does not try to strengthen his nation or to strengthen his posture vis-a-vis the rest of the world by dint of his technology, science, or military power, but soft power. It's very important. Any nation which wants to be great must be able to project soft power. I wrote an article on this recently in the Bohemia magazine in Chinese, how Hong Kong can help China to strengthen its soft power. This is something that China does not have, our country does not have at the moment. It is the largest debtor nation of the US, It has achieved phenomenal economic growth. But China does not have the same voice on the world stage as the United States or the Anglo-Saxon world, truer to say. And it's very interesting, how American presidents keep referring back to the core values, the moral authority of the founding fathers.